Well long on the forehand, unforced error, and an early chance to break for Lindsay Davenport. This is the first meeting, as we mentioned, between these two. They have played, though, in doubles in this tournament. Davenport came out the victor in that.
Which would have helped Lindsay just a little bit on returning the serve, knowing what Venus's better serve is. Also, she would have been able to read the game of Venus a little bit on the return, possibly picking up on what her weaknesses is at her backhand or her forehand. A lot of people don't know what her weaknesses are, and that's sometimes the strength of someone coming up who's so young. You don't know how they play.
That bullet backhand up the line sends Lindsay Davenport lunging to her right, unable to come up with a shot. Such power.
Well, she's not really a conventional player, but she's tall. She's only 16 years of age. It's not a natural looking backhand or forehand that she has, but I think it will develop definitely as she plays more and more.
Has the advantage, trying to close out the first game, first set. Venus Williams, strong service game. She holds for a 1-love lead in our first set. When we return, Davenport serves for the first time after this. For years, ESPN has been working. You're watching Deuce Tennis, the State Farm Everett Cup quarterfinal match from Indian Wells, California. Venus Williams, 16 years old, looking for her first ever semifinal appearance against the number 4 seed and 8th ranked player on the WTA Corral rankings. Lindsay Davenport also playing some good tennis as well. She had a bye in the first round, just had two-set matches here on ESPN2. When we come back, we move forward to later action due to time constraints. Much more action coming up tonight on ESPN AA Big Dance for the and then highlights of the NCAA Women's Tournament comes your way at midnight Eastern 9 on the West Coast Saturday on ESPN. So we've got you covered for college basketball. Women's hoops on the way. Davenport to serve, down 2-3. Each player's broken serve so far in the opening part of the match.
Love 50. Now Lindsay settled down well after going down to love in the first set here, and then a little sloppy game in the last one, missing a few returns. So she needs to get back on the board here, playing well.
Well done. Finds the open court, ripping that fine winner.
Just a tremendous forehand with so much power. That ball was so deep on the baseline, and then just, I mean, that thing has just got so much power on it. Don't realize how heavy the ball is from Lindsay Davenport's racket until you stand on the other side of the court, or the net from her.
That time she was nearly inside the baseline, taking the ball on the rise, just belting across court. Time the backhand works. Perfect angle, not a lot of power. Location was ideal.
Well, I think this is the importance. Whoever takes the ball inside the baseline the most tonight is going to win, because that's where they're really at their strengths. They're not good when they're defending behind the baseline. That's not their game. Their game is to step in and hit the winners.
Seen a lot of that. Drop shot. Venus gets to it. Lindsay has the easy final answer.
Well, I thought that was going to be a drop shot winner for sure, and you just saw the speed and the athleticism from Venus Williams. Luckily for Lindsay, she didn't turn her back. Made the easy volley.
Davenport at 40-15. long, and Lindsay Davenport able to hold serve for 3-all first set.
Now, it's important for Lindsay to keep the pressure on, because the thing I like about Venus's attitude is it's almost like she's not scared to be beating these players. It's like she's having fun. This is fun for her to be winning these matches. A lot of times, young players or players that aren't supposed to beat the top players, it's almost like they, in the back of their mind, they still don't believe they're going to win. Venus Williams, I do not see that. I see confidence.
Shots like that don't hurt. Slams the inside-out backhand from the baseline. Sometimes appears off balance in her ground strokes, but cleanly hits the ball with great angle. 15-love. Wow. Right up the middle. Second ace, rocket. 30-love. Lindsay Davenport, just as you said, Renee, stepping into the ball. So effective inside the baseline with a backhand winner.
Inside the baseline, these girls are not defenders. They're not clay courters. They're not they're not going to be out there all day. They like to get inside the baseline and really go for it, and that's what's nice to see tonight. Both of the girls are playing similar.
Points are very fast. 30-15. That sells well long. Effective service return. Again, Davenport just stepping into the ball. So much power.
Well, Lindsay may be sensing she needs to come to the net behind a couple of her big returns. She was coming in behind that return. Didn't need to do anything because the ball sailed long.
Breeze is really starting to pick up as well. Stadium court swirling a bit down below. Just missed, gunning that forehand up the line. Not off by much, but an opportunity again for Davenport. Break point. Broken serve of Venus Williams once already in the match. That just wide. So a couple of unforced errors doing Venus Williams. And Lindsay Davenport has broken. She will serve when we come back for a 5-3 lead in the first set. More coming up from Indian Wells after this. He picked up with the Hyatt Grand Champions Resort, Indian Wells, California State Farm Everett Cup. Lindsay Davenport and the unseeded teenage whiz, Venus Williams, just 16 years old. First set action rolling on here on ESPN2. Dave Ryan with Renee Stubbs. So glad you could join us. Williams now receiving, having just been broken. How about the breeze, Renee, and how that affects play?
Well, Lindsay Davenport, she's a little outspoken sometimes. She doesn't like the wind. But I think down on court side, it won't be as windy as it is, say, up where we are.
It's a big stadium court here. Rapid fire action at the net, and Venus Williams with a smile has the final answer. Big point.
Well, she's just looking at the crowd. She just loves it. The enthusiasm is there. I mean, that was an easy forehand volley for Lindsay Davenport. I think she was just shocked that Venus Williams was standing right there.
Pretty easy to see, Renee, the body language between the two. How tense Lindsay is. She said a lot on the line for her. Tries the drop shot. Not an easy play on kind of a half volley from outside the service line.
Well, she likes to come into the net. She likes to experiment on different types of shots on the court, and she thought she could get away with coming in on that shot. And Lindsay hit a good one and just showed a little inexperience on the half volley there. That is something that will develop, though, as she gets older.
Developing very well, I'd say, on forehand service return. Just a lunge and a rip right down the line for a winner. What a shot.
Well, Lindsay's best serve is her ones out to the forehand on both sides, and Venus Williams just has such a big reach. That's no problem for her at all.
(15-30) first set. And a double fault. 2 break points now on the way for Williams.
Well, Lindsay may be sensing that Venus is hitting a forehand return well and coming in behind it. Decided to go for the one out to the backhand and miss that one a little wide for a third double fault.
That's long, and Venus Williams is broken right back, so hold on, everyone. Just as it appeared, Lindsay Davenport, the 4 seed, may have had an upper hand. Williams is broken for the 2nd time in the match.
And Richard there, Venus's father and coach, he's got to be proud of this young lady, 16 years of age, and just having a lot of fun out there. She hasn't played a tournament for a while, and she's not showing any inexperience here, fighting hard. 4-all now in the first set.
First tournament of 1997, and it's been quite a splash for her. Love 15.
They play very similarly. Both like to really rip the ball from the baseline, take their chances, come into the net. So you're going to see a lot of unforced errors and a lot of winners from both of these players tonight.
And the early match was not a short one either. Just coming off a long 7-5, 3-6, 7-5 match. 2 hours, 32 minutes.
Had the upper hand the whole entire point. Then you could just see that she was eventually going to come to the net. She hit every ball inside the baseline, and Venus trying to fend her off, missing the passing shot.
Davenport, on the other hand, really has waltzed into the quarters with 2 straight set wins. 4-all first set.
Venus probably doesn't even feel sore. 16 years of age. She doesn't know what tide is.
She talked about her conditioning also after her last match and said hates the extra bike, doesn't like the treadmill, the Stairmaster, just wants to play tennis. She's only 16.
Well, it's kind of a similar attitude actually to Martina Hingis, who doesn't like to do a lot of off-court stuff, just likes to play tennis, practices, very light attitude. Maybe it's the new generation, that's how they're thinking.
Chance for Lindsay here again to break right back. Love 40 after the 3rd double fault for Venus.
I think where Venus is lucky, she just has that natural ability and natural athleticism already.
Another double fault back to back. And Lindsay Davenport has herself a break of serve. And a chance to serve for the first set. Venus Williams in a bit of a hole. More coming up. And 2. Balls in play. 5-4 first set. 15 love, just wide. Serves for the first set. A couple times she appeared to really stumble in this opening set. But a lot of experience. 8 tour titles. Gold medalist. She's been in dire straits before. Back strokes and ground strokes from so far back on the court.
Well, the thing I like about Venus Williams is she's down 5-4 and she's lost a couple. I mean, look at this. She's so far above the ground. She's just ripping at everything. That's just wonderful to watch. What a great athlete.
30-50.
Strong serve from Davenport, 30-15.
It's important for Lindsay now to step up the pace. I know sometimes the top players, when they play young, experienced players, they think, okay, I've gotten the break. I'm now ahead. I'm serving for it. I can just get the ball in play. But with Venus, she doesn't give you that opportunity to take that breather. She's going to keep hitting the ball hard.
Sets herself up well. 2 set points at 40-15. Lindsay, it appears, at least for now, weathering a storm. Fierce ground strokes from Venus Williams. Now double set point, 40-15. Not so fast as Venus Williams. 16 years old. Inside out backhand facing double set point. Fearless.
Well, it's very important. Lindsay got into this position, 2 set points with 2 good, strong first serves. If she wants anything here, it's a first serve again.
One of the longer rallies we've seen in this match. Slugfest from beyond the baseline. Davenport able to wrap up the first set. 6-4. Here's what's on the line in the draw with a champion.
Young lady, 16 years of age, very exciting to watch. I'm enjoying this match tonight.
We'll have Spurlea, Sanchez Vicario live tomorrow night on ESPN2. Be sure to tune in. Semifinals. Love.
I say Mary Jo enjoys coming here and playing on this court, and so does Lindsay Davenport. She played one of the best matches I've ever seen against Steffi Graf last year. It came down to the wire, 3 sets, and Steffi ended up winning the tournament. So, you know, Lindsay feels good on this court as well.
Can't get 2 in a row. Wrong footing her, setting it cross court with a forehand. Has the final answer.
Well, Lindsay thought the point was over here. She's just kind of standing there. Oh my, she got the ball back again. She's gotten a tremendous reach. That is only going to get better and better as well. The more she plays matches, the more she knows where players like to hit balls. She's going to figure that out. It's going to be very difficult to get the ball past her on the baseline.
Such determination as well. 15 all, just underway, second set.
That serve certainly was very close to the line. Lindsay giving the linesman a little look. She won the point, so she's not going to carry on too much. Both the girls are having a lot of success against each other when they're not getting their first serves in. I'm sure Lindsay's appreciating the fact that Venus is missing her first serve quite a lot tonight. First serve percentage down to 46%.
Trying to change that quickly by gunning an ace up the middle. That definitely has to turn around for her to be effective in the second set. Ground strokes appear pretty sharp indeed.
No problem winning the point on that second serve. Lindsay not really doing enough with the return, and Venus going for it again and again. So I'd like to see. No fear.
Yeah, that is not one of her characteristics. Right up the line again. Footwork amazing. Dancing to her left. And then finding the range, just setting up and letting it rip.
Well, it's not only her footwork. She gets over there and she stays so low. She's very, very tall. We said it a number of times. She gets down very low to the ball and stays there, which is important.
Big serve sets it up. Follow service. Venus Williams down 1 set, but a 1-love lead here in the second. Davenport serves when we come back.
10 cents may not look
In Wells, California, in the Hyatt Grand Champions Resort, the first ever meeting between Venus Williams and Lindsay Davenport. Due to time constraints, we now move forward to later action here on ESPN2. Still a blustery evening, but very comfortable temperature-wise. Stadium court High Grand Champions Resort. State Farm Everett Cup quarterfinal match here in the Deuce. Williams has just been broken. Lindsay Davenport serving at 1-2. Up a set already.
Well, this has been very, very high quality tennis tonight. Both girls going for every single shot. You see Venus Williams just put her jacket on the changeover, so maybe feeling a little bit cold. It definitely has dropped in temperature in the last hour or so, probably at least 10 degrees. So she wants to stay warm.
The winds are picking up considerably. Well inside the baseline on the return. Trying to really sock that one cross court. 30 love. So far, it's been a very good match. Not a lot of unforced errors. A lot of winners. As predicted, we see two high-quality baseline players who really like to just hit the ball hard.
Well, both of them almost feeding off each other. They like the way that the both of them are playing against each other. Lindsay's loving the pace, and so is Venus. And they're going to stay with their games, which is nice to see.
Strong serve. Swings Williams for her first ace. Comes at a big time for 2-all here in the second set.
Well, you see Lindsay serves a little bit different from Venus, almost as tall, actually taller. She's got a big knee bend in her serve, but the racket head speed is the key thing. She doesn't quite, her racket stops almost at her knees, whereas you see Venus, when she serves, the racket head just flies through the ball. Matching aces now. It's her third ace of the evening. 109 miles an hour.
That was absolutely tattooed. First of the second set. Wins the point. 30 love. Venus Williams in her motion.
Well, see, Venus is a lot smoother than Lindsay Davenport. In fact, her serve, you can see her racket head's way down low. She doesn't quite get as much knee bend, but boy, she uses her height to her advantage to the full extent.
The result, a 109-mile-an-hour blast.
The fastest one for the evening is 113. I think the one problem with Lindsay Davenport's serve is it's got a little hitch in the middle. That's where she loses a little bit of her pace. Not with Venus Williams. Very, very smooth.
Double fault there for 30-15.
That's amazing. As soon as you say something nice about someone's serve, they go and do
that. You had it all set up beautifully and get spoiled. 30-15. Forehand cross court this time from behind the baseline with such power. Accuracy is amazing.
Well, a little bit behind the baseline here, but the angle was the most important thing, and then she got tremendous depth on the ball as well. You can see Venus Williams just hoping that ball was going to go out.
Just wide and barely. Big point of the match here coming up for Venus. Been broken already in the set. We're 2-all in the second. Break opportunity, Davenport looking for a 3-2 lead.
Someone sneezing in the crowd there.
Won 4 break points already. First drive for 5 is complete. A big one there for Lindsay Davenport. Up the set already. And a 3-2 lead. The High Grand Champions Resort looking good. More State Farm Everett Cup coming up. From Indian Wells, California, Venus Williams, 16 years old, looking for her first ever semifinal appearance against the number 4 seed and 8th ranked player on the WTA Corral rankings. Lindsay Davenport also playing some good tennis as well. She had a bye in the first round, just had two-set matches here on ESPN2. When we come back, we move forward to later action due to time constraints. Much more action coming up tonight on ESPN2. Again, she's got a 4-3 lead, second set. Much more action coming up on the deuce. Women's semifinal live between the #1 seed Arantxa Sanchez Vicario of Spain and the 6th seed Arena Spirlea of Romania. All begins 9:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 on the West Coast tomorrow night on the deuce. And in men's tennis action, the #3 seed Michael Chang will meet the towering Swiss Marc Rosset in the round of 16. This year's first Mercedes Super 9. Our coverage 3 o'clock Eastern, noon on the West Coast tomorrow on ESPN. Michael Chang, one of the few remaining top seeds for the men. Pete Sampras knocked out today. With Drysdale, Luke Jensen, Tom Gullickson. We'll have a play-by-play action for you tomorrow on ESPN.
Oh, boys. Again, continuing, she's going to keep hitting every shot. Probably not the best spot to serve to Venus Williams. She likes that return.
Just ripping that backhand. You mentioned, Renee, such an effective shot from the baseline now with some confidence, getting more accurate.
Again, if she wasn't going to move in behind that shot, I'd like to see her take a chance, come into the net and finish the point a little earlier.
7 backhand winners, but another unforced error from the baseline there. .1530. Yesterday, the crowd so behind this young 16-year-old. Long there. It's a packed house. People got wind of her impending upset of the 5 seed. Double break point here. Trying for all. 4 of 12 so far on break chances. Tracks down just about everything on the baseline. What speed and grace. Break of serve. The crowd loves it. 4-all second set.
Well, I think the thing the crowd loves is so much effort put in by Venus Williams, reaching for every single ball, running everything down. That's why I would like to see Lindsay come into the net, try and finish it off there instead of trying to get the ball past Venus all the time in the baseline. Seems like an impossible thing to do. Great athlete.
Tried that drop shot once in between the baseline and the service line. Not good results in the first set, equally disastrous here in the second.
Well, definitely a sign of inexperience. 4-all, possibility of winning the second set, going for something that she hasn't hit all night. Probably not the best time to do it.
You come in behind those short balls, huh?
Well, it's frustrating. If I had ground strike like this, I would be on top of the net. But Lindsay, she's so good from the baseline. I think she feels more comfortable hitting those type of shots than an easy volley. It's hard to believe she is such a good doubles player. Won a Grand Slam title last year with Mary Jo Fernandez.
French Open.
Many, many other doubles titles as well.
13 in all. We're 4-piece, second set.
Big point.
But here, love 40. So suddenly, after the big break of serve for 4-all in the second, really getting the crowd jolted in behind her. Triple break point against. Davenport putting herself in great shape. She can serve for the match. And that's why. Lindsay Davenport has broken serve. When we come back, she'll serve to get herself into the semifinals. Much more coming up from Indian Wells after this. One of the Hyatt Grand Champions Resort, Dave Ryan with Renee Stubbs. 5-4. Davenport has the lead and now serves for the match, and what really has been a roller coaster ride for young Venus Williams. She's had her opportunities, a lot of breaks of serve.
She doesn't sit down on the changeover.
Hasn't all night.
That'll change when she starts to get older. She'll be sitting in that chair, believe me. But a wonderful story. Qualifier through to the quarterfinals has really given Lindsay Davenport all she can handle tonight. Lindsay has an opportunity to serve for the match right now, but it is not over. We have seen Venus Williams create some amazing shots, especially on the serve of Lindsay Davenport.
She's broken her 5 times already in the match. 15 love. Long for 30 love. Davenport with a win would advance on to the semifinals. Play Mary Jo Fernandez. She was able to get a 6-4, 6-4 win tonight over Conchita Martinez. 30 love here. Broadcast partner Renee Stubbs is on the way. She will go down courtside. Post-match interviews. 30-15 just long from Davenport. She won in Oklahoma City in singles and doubles with Lisa Raymond. Made the Aussie Open Finals this year. Won at Pan Pacific. Just barely long and not by much. In a great slugfest between 2 young American stars. This has been a very enjoyable match to watch. Big point there for Lindsay Davenport, who could have been serving for the match at 40-15 instead. Venus Williams has shown so much hustle and heart in this match tonight. Down 4-5, 30 all. Second set, lost the first set 6-4. Sense the fans really getting behind Venus here. Just a battle for the baseline. And this time Venus Williams comes up the winner. Trying to suppress that smile, which we've seen all night long. She said to stay focused, she really needs to have fun on the court. Fun would be a break point here and a win on the breaker for 5-all second set. It's long. Another break. 6 times she's done it in the match. 5-all in the second. Wonder what goes through the mind of a 16-year-old who's gone all the way to the quarterfinals. First match she's played in such circumstances this year in her first tourney of 97. Fans yelling out to hold that serve. She's been broken 7 times. Big service game here. Swung it wide by inches. Love 15, that big shot as well. This ground stroke so important in this stage of the match. Gunning for it cross court. Not by much. Davenport from the baseline trying to really step into that. A lot of pace, trying to crush it into the open court. Kind of handcuffed her, though. On that side, Team Davenport perhaps a little nervous. Good reason. Williams playing so well. Coach Robert Van Hoff knows this is a crucial stage. Final shriek, crushing that ball across court on the backhand side. Appreciation from the increasing crowd at the stadium court. Sounds courtside. Amazing intensity. Great to watch. This up-and-coming American star, 16 years old, on a roll. Looking for 40-15. Easy put away, Davenport. Williams caught a break when it went off the tape to keep her in that point momentarily. Strong service return, inside out forehand for 30 all. Right up the middle. Fourth ace of the match. Couldn't have come at a better time. Look at that pace. 112. Just cranking it. Now 1 point away from 6-5. Went for it again this time. On that far sideline. Big flat serve. That's long for Deuce. Another big opportunity by the boards for Venus Williams. Still in good shape with the serve at 5 all. Down a set to the 4 seed Davenport. Big first serve. Right at the middle. Even at 6'2½", Lindsay Davenport could not reach that powerful ball. Now Venus the advantage. Looking for 6-5. Venus said how important it is to get that first ball in because Davenport loves to attack on the second. Lindsay needs a big play here. Williams outlast Davenport. Lindsay's serve has been on a run. She's lost 3 service games in a row. Williams wants to make it 4.
Just what does it take to get...
Things are getting very interesting. Williams a 6-5 lead, second set. Don't forget, ESPN brings you the men's and women's Super G tomorrow night. It's skiing, 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 on the West Coast. All part of the FIS World Cup skiing from Vail, Colorado. It's on the way on ESPN tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Lindsay Davenport down 5-6. And love 15. 8th ranked player in the world. Everything on the line. Williams continues to Stay so relaxed. Just long for love 30. Renee Stubbs is courtside. Renee, it's getting awfully interesting. Pretty intense down there.
Well, I can just feel Lindsay Davenport getting a little tighter, going for a little too much. Balls are just missing, hitting the tape just over the baseline. Feeling the pressure of the Venus Williams running down every ball.
Can't you get? That's the answer. As you said, Renee, the range from the baseline from side to side.
Well, the
amazing
difference,
to watch.
I've said, Dave, over and over again, is Lindsay needs to come to the net. She needs to finish these points off because Venus Williams is running everything down, which is forcing Lindsay into hitting every shot so close to the line. And under immense pressure, it's very difficult to do.
Our match 1 hour, 30 minutes old, and counting. Bullet return just caught the baseline on the backhand side.
15-40.
Look at this. 15-40. Double set point, Venus Williams. It's wide. Guess what, everyone? The 4 seed's going to a 3rd set. Venus Williams has broken serve again. Think the crowd loves it? I guess so. 7-5 in the second.
Well, now it's just so important for Lindsay to settle back down and know she has to come to the net. Stop taking so many chances. Stop hitting the ball so close to the line. She's being forced into making those mistakes by the athleticism and the movement of Venus Williams.
Richard Williams loves what he sees into the 3rd. Maybe a busier schedule will be in order now. Semi-final berth on the line. That's wide.
Lindsay just mouthing to herself, take it earlier. She's looking over at her coach, Robert Van Hoff. Very disappointed in herself tonight and the way she's playing, being forced into mistakes.
Slam dunk. Big first serve, sets it all up. That's Davenport on the run.
It's very unusual to see Lindsay Davenport step off the ball. She's going for the shots, but they're coming back. Normally against the girls on the tour, those balls are not going to come back. I think that's where she's being surprised tonight.
30 love underway. 3rd set.
I know it sounds strange, but probably the better shot to hit is down the middle, take the angle away from Venus.
That's wide. Not easy to do, though, Renee, against such powerful play.
No, but it's probably the safest shot to hit. The more and more you go for the angle, it's almost the better and better it gets for Venus Williams. It's also a safest shot down the middle of the court.
Found it. What a shot from the baseline. Looked like she was just trying to get it back in the court. Instead, it's a winner.
Well, Lindsay did the right thing. She came into the net behind the shot, hit a good volley, and Venus, again, with that reach that she has, was able to lift that ball over the head of Lindsay Davenport.
Not easy. Lindsay at 6'2½". Beautifully placed shot. What can't she do is the question. Such potential. It's all coming out here. State Farm Everett Cup. fist. Unseeded, had to qualify. Venus Williams is forced a third set. Much more coming up after this.
Man, what a shame. Yeah.
Back, everyone. Great tennis action here on ESPN2 tonight from the State Farm Everett Cup, Indian Wells, California. And a great story developing in Venus Williams with a 1-love lead. Third set, even at 1 set apiece. Davenport on serve. Williams again well inside the baseline on return. And against the first serve going 100 miles an hour. Deep return of serve and very effective for Williams in this match. That's another good example of how far back Davenport was, really on her heels at the baseline. With such pace, no time to set up as well. Not even close. Now the ground stroke's getting wild. Trying to find answers, which is never easy. Things are really going down the tubes. As Renee has mentioned, sometimes Lindsay can get down on herself to the point of really being damaging. Triple break point. Davenport in a heap of trouble tonight from Indian Wells. Venus Williams has 3 breakers. Broken serve 7 times already, 3 in a row. Add another one to the list. Williams is done for a 2-love lead, up a break in the third set. Trying to get into the semifinals, which would be her furthest advancement at State Farm Everett Cup. Mary Jo Fernandez awaits the winner of this match. Sanchez, Vicario, and Sprilea come up tomorrow night live here on ESPN2, leading to the championship at Indian Wells. Renee Stubbs back in the booth. We thought we were going to have the finish of the match there. You were courtside, but you've returned.
Can you hear my heartbeat? It's a long way down there.
Good hustle getting back, by the way. In that time, Renee, but a great answer from Venus Williams, who saw it coming, rips it cross court.
Well, probably not the most, well, the best shot to hit, the backhand cross court. If you're going to come into the net, it's better to do it down the line, especially with the reach of Venus Williams having no problem with that one.
Tracks down just about every ball, not that one. From the service line, blast the backhand cross court.
Well, Lindsay's been down 2-love in every single set tonight. Hopefully she's thinking good thoughts about that. A very big game for her. Try and get the break back once again, like she did in every other set.
She just can't hold serve. That's got to be the most frustrating thing. Williams just continues to gain momentum, and it is snowballed for her in this match. Along with it, quite a bit of confidence, too. You were courtside moments ago. You saw the difference between the two players' approach right now.
Well, Lindsay looking over to coach quite a bit with a disbelief look, like, oh, I cannot hit a shot that I want to tonight. Venus, on the other hand, very upbeat, very positive.
But here it's 15-40, and just as you mentioned moments ago, Renee, good opportunity for Davenport to break right back. She's been in this exact situation before 2 times already in the match, down love 2.
Lindsay just not moving her feet to that forehand. Serve wasn't that big, probably expecting it to be a bit harder at her. Took her by surprise, went a little bit more wide than she thought. Still another break point opportunity.
Come through on 7 of 11 break chances so far. 8-12. Big game there for Davenport. Creeps her way back into this third set. Great third set action continues when we come back. A 2-1 lead for Venus Williams. Much more on the way. Dramatic action. The 4th seed Lindsay Davenport in some trouble. Down 2-1. Question is, can she hold serve? It's been a big problem. 5 times in a row she's been broken.
Well, that's the big factor. When Lindsay gets disappointed and down on her serve, that's when she has problems. She's lost the last 5 service games. And believe me, when Lindsay Davenport gets down on her serve, she is very difficult to get her confidence back on it. Has problems.
Problems continue to mount. Strong play from the baseline. Just waiting for a short ball and pouncing on it. And takes advantage.
Well, that's right. Again, inside. She tries to get inside the baseline every opportunity. Knows she has to take the ball out of the air, and that's the difference. The person that takes the ball out of the air a little earlier, tries to win the point quicker, is the person that's having the most success.
Sails long. 15 all.
I was sitting by the court side, as you know, Dave, and Venus looked at me, said, "Hey, Renee," she said, "is this on ESPN too?" Should have told everyone at home to watch. She's just having a great time.
How
She's
relaxed is she?
Loving the experience.
I don't think Lindsay would be so conversational right now.
I don't want to know what Lindsay would have said.
15-7.
Double fault, clutch.
Again, just showing the lack of confidence on her serve. That second serve very, very short. 5th double fault.
Long it goes again. And can she do it 6 times in a row to break serve against a powerful player? Lindsay Davenport, double break point. That is long. Venus Williams has done it again. Troubles continue on serve for Davenport. She's down 1-3, third set. Now Williams, really a chance to take command here.
Well, I think the difficult thing for Lindsay Davenport, as you can see on your screen there, that's Serena Williams, the younger sister of Venus, who played in the qualifying event here. Very much a tennis-oriented family. I think the difficult thing right now for Lindsay is she normally has the support of the crowd here in California, her hometown, doesn't live very far away from here. But these people, they love this new enthusiasm. Young player, they love to see new faces.
Face we're going to see for quite a while, I imagine, the way she's playing. 15 all.
Very similar in age to Martina Hingis. There's a lot of comparisons made. Venus obviously hasn't played nearly as much tennis as Martina. Martina's proved herself over and over again. Poised to take the #1 ranking, possibly at the end of this month. So it's wonderful to see some new faces.
Martina Hingis not here this week, but she will be at the Lifted Championships in Florida, and we will be there. Next tour event. Here, the drama builds.
16-year-old Venus Williams, 16-year-old Martina Hingis, and even younger, 15-year-old Anna Kournikova, who was here as well. Some fresh, talented faces on our tour.
Barely in. Davenport trying to come in to change things up a bit. Just not effective enough on approach.
Well, just not doing enough with the approach. As you can see, she's on the service line. Very difficult to make an aggressive volley when you're halfway up from the court. She needs to come in behind some of her strong ground strokes.
This for 4-1 third set. Momentum continues to build. even closer to her first semifinal berth here at Indian Wells. Much more coming up after this. Father and coach of Venus Williams. Very intense, and for good reason. His daughter has a big lead, third set. Another top 10 player. One set all, one serving four. Lindsay Davenport in a heap of trouble. The line barely. Big shot because she's had such trouble, Renee, on serve getting the upper hand.
Well, that's right. This is a story, maybe not of the night, but definitely the story of the last set and a half. Lindsay just scraping the outside of the line here. The story definitely of the last set and a half has been the lack of serving from Lindsay Davenport. Has not won a serve since 2-all in the second set.
An amazing run. 6 in a row. Service games broken from Venus. 9 overall in the match. That's long as well. Shots normally so reliable for Lindsay Davenport from the baseline, failing her here at the worst possible time. 15-all.
It's so important for Lindsay to try and win this game. That's her 6th double fault. Serve is just hindering her so much tonight. So such a fight back from Conchita Martinez last night on our coverage against Chanda Rubin. Very, very important for her to try and stay in this match.
Beautifully done. Lacing a forehand cross-court winner. Perfect placement and a huge shot.
Well, a huge point. Would have been down 2 break points to go to 5-1.
That's long. Chance to close it out here for 2-4 third set.
The reason I'm saying it's so important to try and stay in the match is you never know what can happen. Lindsay's such a good returner. Venus not so experienced in this situation.
Just ask Conchita Martinez for that tremendous comeback last night on ESPN2. What a return. Such angle. Combine that with a deadly power. You can't stop it.
Combine that with a very, very poor second serve. You look how easy this was for Venus. She didn't have to move. It was right in her hitting zone.
Wheelhouse, and she ripped it. An effective ball, sending her lunging to the left.
I'd like to see Lindsay possibly go to the body a little bit more of Venus Williams, jam her a little bit.
Not exactly cleanly hit, but she'll take it. Puts it away easily, and a big hold of serve. What a sigh of relief she must have after finally holding her service.
Well, I'm sure she's relieved in one way and just so disappointed in herself in the other. When she lost her serve, when she was serving for the match, she just kept motioning with her arm about her serve. She kept thinking, oh, my serve, my serve, my serve. And that's one of the things that Lindsay Davenport struggles with, confidence and her negative attitude at times.
Now Venus needs to maintain the upper hand. That's just long. coming into the quarterfinals, Lindsay had only dropped a total of 7 games in 2 straight set wins. Had a bye in the first round. Fewest of all the quarterfinalists. Boy, it's changed dramatically tonight.
Venus Williams, on the other hand, has struggled a couple of matches. That could be the telling difference in this match.
Service winner again. 15 all, 4-2 lead, third set, 1 set apiece. Quarterfinals from Indian Wells.
That is definitely the shot she needs to keep hitting. She needs to go back behind Venus Williams. Venus Williams is so tough when she's running side to side to side. It's almost like you cannot get the ball past her. Go back behind her and then try and come into the net possibly. She certainly has to start trying something different. Down 4-2 in the third set. Big point here.
Great return. Explosion off the strings of Lindsay Davenport. Cross court. Stepped into the ball. One intention in mind all the way.
What can I say? Wow, so compact. Took that ball in front of her. Lindsay Davenport very relieved, finally looking over to a coach who's sitting in that area. Double break point.
One of those gone. Still one remains. 30-40.
There's Robert Van Hoff. He never moves. I'm telling you, that expression will not change.
Break point.
I'm sure his heart is pounding, though. Second serve opportunity here for Lindsay. Try and put the pressure on.
Saw what she did with that last return. Brilliantly hit. Won't even need it. Big double faults. Lindsay Davenport coming back here at Indian Wells. She'll serve and try to tie it up when we come back. Much more coverage on the way. Third set on the Deuce. Champions Resort, beautiful Indian Wells, California. 4-3, third set. Davenport has broken. Make this very interesting in our quarterfinal match here on ESPN2 tonight. Dave Ryan with Renee Stubbs. So glad you could join us for great tennis.
Well, Venus Williams committed the #1 sin on break points. Do not double fault. Force your opponent into breaking. She's done it a couple times tonight. I'm sure she felt the pressure of Lindsay Davenport's huge return from the couple of points before that serve. And believe me, you remember those returns. So now a huge opportunity for Lindsay to get back into the third set and the match.
Quickly 15 low. Finally held serve. Their last chance. Confidence has got to really be peaking just in the nick of time. Caught a break.
Well, Lindsay, she hit the good forehand and she kind of followed in and kind of walked into the net. Should I be doing this? Looking up here in the commentary box. Oh, what am I doing? Close on the net. If you had the opportunity, close on top of the net.
She hasn't had many chances to do that, Renee, with such great deep baseline strokes from Venus Williams.
That's right, Dave. But the thing is, if she does get the opportunities, which she has had, certainly in the last couple of games of the second set, she had many opportunities to come in behind some of those big ground strokes.
No mistake about that one. Coming in and putting it away with ease. Bounce the ball. Taking it shoulder high.
And as an old friend of mine, Mary Carrillo, would say, this is big babe tennis. I mean, they're just nailing the ball. And Lindsay taking the initiative there of coming in a little bit sooner. And that one step closer to the net can make the difference in it being a difficult volley or an easy one.
Just missed on the ace right up the middle. Looking for 4-all, third set. She'll have it. Lindsay Davenport, after that long string of inability to hold serve, has now done it twice in a row. Had a break in there, and suddenly it's 4-all in the third.
Possibly the inexperience and the nerves have set in just a touch. You don't see it on Venus Williams' face. She has a refreshing attitude, smiles a lot, still goes for the shots. But still, this is her first opportunity really to get to the semifinals for the first time. As her father Richard looks on, he knows how important those last couple of games were. But still, 4-all in the third now, Venus serving. This match is long from being over.
Strong backhand approach. Coming in behind the ball, not that short. 15-love at 4-all, third set.
Now, both of these two players definitely play their best tennis when they are aggressive. Who will be the more aggressive is the important stage right now.
Not just long. Davenport has certainly seen her share of big semifinal and final matches. Venus having never made a semi, but has played some very tough matches this week, 3-setters. Been in this situation before. With each round, so much more at stake.
And again, went back behind Venus Williams, which I think is the good play. If she had gone cross court, you never know. The ability and the athleticism of Venus Williams would have run that down. And Lindsay closed on top of the net and made the easy volley. Every point becoming so huge right now.
30-15. Big first serve. 108 miles an hour on that one. Didn't miss by much. However, double fault.
Well,
Going for the big second serve.
Sorry, David, there's no doubt that she's feeling the pressure on the second serve. She said in her press conference yesterday she knows Lindsay likes to go after the second serve. So the couple of big points that she has faced on second serve, she has dumped in a few of the double faults, and the inexperience telling, get the ball in the court, make Lindsay Davenport hit the return.
Nicely done. Just lacing it right up the line. Creating opportunities.
So now the experience of Lindsay Davenport, that is her best shot, coming in behind it as well.
Big break chance.
117 miles an hour, but a fault. Big second serve now.
And Lindsay Davenport takes advantage. She has broken. When we come back, she'll serve for the match for a second time tonight. 5-4 lead in the third set. Much more coming up here on the Deuce. 16 years old is down, though. Now the third to the 4 seed. 8th ranked player in the WTA rankings in the world. Lindsay Davenport serves for the match, but Renee Stubbs, has been in this position once before tonight.
Well, that's right, and Venus Williams was up 30-love in that game. Venus played a good game and forced it into a third set. Lindsay Davenport going from the unfamiliar game of Venus Williams and trying to win this game to play against Mary Jo Fernandez in tomorrow's semifinal. A game she knows very, very well. I'm sure she's not thinking about anything but this point. I'm sure Lindsay's in two minds right now. In the last game, she played a good, solid couple of points, didn't make any errors, and Venus was the one that made the unforced errors. But unfortunately for Lindsay, on her service games, when she's played the ball in the court, Venus has come up with the winners. Difficult decisions for Lindsay Davenport to make right now.
She's got it. Not that time. Great point. The level of tennis continues to increase as the drama builds.
Well, again, just every single ball she's going to try and run down. The reach is amazing. Her athleticism is so good. But Lindsay Davenport finally went back behind Venus Williams and got the point.
People watching on ESPN2 tonight are seeing a star in the making, no question about it. Her name certainly has come up. Tennis circles. Gonna be a household name soon. With shots like that, beautifully done.
15-7.
Well, I think the most amazing thing about Venus Williams is all the hype and all the talk about her, and she hasn't even played that many matches, but still, on such a big occasion, playing some amazing tennis.
Gutsy style has been so much fun to watch. Big shot again. Brave style just seems to increase, feeds off the momentum of the crowd and the points she creates.
15-4.
Look at this double break point. Chips her down. She comes up big.
That's the point Lindsay Davenport needs to play. Jam Venus Williams on the serve and then possibly go back behind her early. Caught her off balance. So now just a huge point for both girls tonight.
One more breaker for 5-all. Long. 5 apiece. Disgust on one side, brimming confidence on the other. Richard Williams and the rest of the family very excited for good reason. Another great match here in the Deuce. We saw tremendous tennis last night, continuing at the State Farm Everett Cup this evening. Sprays it long and wide. Twice Davenport serving for the match. Twice Venus Williams has come up with huge plays at the right time. Our match over 2 hours, 5 minutes long and counting. Much more to come. We're at 5-all.
Starting to realize I have to keep going to one side until she makes an error. I keep allowing her to run for every single ball. She's amazingly good at it. But that's where it's difficult. If you've never played somebody before, you do not know their weaknesses. I think Lindsay knows them now. She certainly knows the strengths of Venus Williams.
First match ever between these two tonight has been memorable. Maybe a big USA rivalry building right here. That's long. Chapter 1 has certainly been great fun to watch. Second ball here for Lindsay to try to attack on. A big point at 15-30.
It's important for Lindsay if she's going to go for the strong shots, try not to come off the ball. It's her problem sometimes. She lifts off the ball a little bit and they sail long. So now just a huge point, every point from now on, becoming bigger and bigger.
Second serve here, 30 all. Swings it wide. Davenport a break opportunity at 5 all. Set herself up again for a chance. Serve for the match. 10 breaks of serve against Williams so far tonight. Big chance here. Not so fast, says Venus Williams. All set up by the huge serve.
Well, a great serve down the tee. As you said, Dave, set it up. This time showed some experience not missing the easy ball.
Right up the middle. Just lightning.
110 miles an hour.
Ranking for the advantage.
Well, it's amazing that I can almost feel when she's going to hit the double fault. She takes a little bit more time. So 9th double fault. And it seems to me that a lot of them have come on the big, big points tonight.
None bigger there at 5 all, third set. Back to deuce. One more time, a chance to close this game out.
Lindsay throwing a racket on the ground. A smarter serve there from Venus Williams into the body of Lindsay Davenport. That serve only at 89 miles an hour, catching Lindsay Davenport off guard.
Went for consistency as opposed to power. Now the advantage.
Again, we saw that second serve, 67 miles an hour, very, very short, allowed Lindsay Davenport to step in and really take control of that point.
Big serve again. Trying to find the answer. Lindsay Davenport's not been easy in that search.
Well, that serve was 113 miles an hour into the body of Lindsay Davenport, so definitely catching her off guard with that one.
Absolute blast. Venus Williams has held serve. Has a 6-5 lead. When we come back, Richard Williams will hope to see his daughter close it out and win and make the semifinals. More coming up. Venus Williams one step shy of a huge upset, and for the first time in her outstanding career already, just at 16 years old, on the verge of a big upset tonight, and the crowd behind her 100%. Davenport trying to stay alive. Way inside the baseline, second return. And even closer. Possibly some history here for that first semifinal berth of her career. You just get the feeling, though, first of many on the way.
You can just feel the crowd, their anticipation.
Big serve. Could have come at a better time for Davenport. 15 all. Sails long.
15-30.
Richard Williams, wonder he hasn't eaten that toothpick.
Emotions are building the opposite direction on each side. Davenport attacking exactly what you had mentioned, Renee, is a big part of what she needs to do in strategy. $30 all. Net court called. First serve. Really went for it on the second ball.
Well, again, showing some inexperience. It's a huge situation for her. First semifinal berth on the line. Lindsay Davenport knows to keep the ball in the court.
Venus Williams. What more can you say about this tremendous young player?
An awesome shot from Lindsay Davenport, really caught, and then Venus just going, woo! I couldn't have hit a better shot at a more important time than that.
Big service winner on the other end.
The amazing thing is, Lindsay Davenport has struggled with her serve so much in the last set and a half, but on the big points, she's coming up with some tremendous first serves.
Just missed the ace. Big hole of serve. Drama continues to build from Indian Wells tonight in this tremendous quarterfinal match. Two young American players, toe-to-toe. So far, each has withstood barrages from the other.
Well, that's the most emotional I've ever seen Robert Van Hoff humming his fist, telling Lindsay to come on. Lindsay definitely would have to take her in this tiebreak just from the experience, but Venus Williams has surprised everybody here tonight with her display of tennis. Don't count her out.
1-0 lead. Third set tiebreak.
Lindsay just taking a little break. That was a tough point from both of the girls. Kept running every ball down. I hope you're enjoying this at home, because I am loving it. This is really, really good tennis from both of them. They're going for every single shot and making very few unforced errors. A critical time.
That's long as well. Effective service return put her in good shape initially, but Davenport so strong from the baseline. 2-0. Now has the mini break. Serve back. Long.
Once again, Lindsay Davenport struggled so much in this match. Has struggled so much in this match with her serve, but still on the big points coming up with the serves. I'm sure Richard Williams isn't feeling as confident as he was about 10 minutes ago.
Sprays that wide, so roll continues. Davenport, such confidence. Now Venus Williams looking at 0-4 deficit tiebreak score right in the eyes. Just long, not by much on the return from Davenport. Second serve return, very effective in the match all night long for Williams. Not that time. Two players will change ends. Total of 6 points. Leave this third set tiebreak. Davenport 2 points away from a big sigh of relief. Whatever happens, great tennis from each. The big serve. A shout of come on. Realizing she's now reached match point. She has to face the huge serve first, though, of Williams. A great end to a great match. Lindsay Davenport lives to see another day. It was not easy. In 3 sets, 6-4, 5-7, 7-6. For young Venus Williams, a lesson to learn. One she'll try to take advantage of in her next outing. Been great tennis on ESPN2 tonight. Sigh of relief for Lindsay Davenport, the 4 seed. We'll have more coming up from the State Farm Everett Cup. Lindsay Davenport survives. She's off to the semis. More coming up after these words. Bring it on! ESPN2 has proudly presented tonight's coverage, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Mercedes-Benz, the company that symbolizes 110 years of experience and a new attitude. The 3 thrilling sets. The 4-seed Lindsay Davenport, ranked number 8 in the world, gets the win. 7-6, a tie-break score in the third. Down to Renee Stubbs with our competitors.
Thanks, Dave. Well, I have both the girls down here at some of the best tennis I have seen from two big hitters. Venus, how do you feel about the match tonight?
I feel I played very well. Lindsay really took the first set, and we both were striking it hard. I was running down a lot of her hard balls, and then, I was hitting the hard ones myself. So I had a great time, and hopefully, we'll have another match in the near future.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you a lot more. Lindsay, how did you feel about the match? I mean, Venus is running down so many of your balls that you're not used to having come back. How do you feel about that?
No, that's exactly right. A couple times, I thought kind of the point was over, and she got it back, and she ran down the next one and hit a great shot. But, we play similar types of games. She does move much better than I do. So, but, I mean, definitely she's going to be one of the best players in the coming years, if not very soon this year. I was lucky to get by tonight. I don't know about the future.
Well, how special was this for you, Venus? I know you did lose tonight, but you played some really good tennis under pressure. And how do you feel about that?
I think that I've made some great improvements in the last 2 years, and this is a great match, and I can only learn from this. And I think that I was thinking that my rank would be about 74 if I won this match, but now it's probably about 114. I'm going to be in Lipton pretty soon, so I'm just going to keep having fun.
Well, you're only 16 years of age, and Lindsay at 20. We're going to go back up to Dave. Thanks a lot.
Renee, thank you. Thumbs up, certainly, for Venus Williams. We will see her on ESPN2 and ESPN at the Lipton coming up. In 3 sets, she gets the win. Our coverage of the year's first Mercedes Super 9 continues. Men's round of 16 action featuring Michael Chang, the 3-seed, taking on the towering Swiss Marc Rosset tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon on the West Coast. Coming up on ESPN. On the Deuce, live semifinal action between the number 1 seed, Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, and the 6-seed Aryna Spurleia of Romania. Women's live tennis tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 on the West Coast. Coming up next on the Deuce, RPM tonight as Lindsay Davenport gets the big win for Renee Stubbs. This is Dave Ryan saying so long for the entire ESPN2 crew from Indian Wells. This has been a presentation of ESPN2 along with ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.